Hello and welcome. My name is Amanda and I'm an IT recruiter at an agency, and I want to go over the 5 most common resume mistakes that I see all the time as an agency recruiter. You may be wondering, I have a mascot with me. Khaleesi decided to come and keep me company while I record this video. I think this is kind of part of the new work from home culture, is incorporating our family members sometimes in our work life more so than before. So let's embrace it. Starting straight off with number 1, PDF format. Now, I'm not sure if this applies to all industries or all forms of hiring, but no matter how perfect your resume is, it's gonna have to be edited and formatted correctly in order to submit you to the client when you're working through an agency. So do them a favor and just have your Word resume ready off the bat, no PDF. Point number 2 is excessive formatting. This kind of goes hand in hand with the PDF. When you have a lot of tables and side panels and headers and footers and all sorts of formatting that's integrated into your resume, it just makes it a little bit more difficult to actually format into the style that is required for the submission of your resume when you're going through an agency. So having it be as simple as possible is the best option. That also leads us to point number 3, which is excessive clutter and fluff in the resume. This can include pictures, exact addresses, hobbies and personal interests, irrelevant work experience that has nothing to do with the position, and so on. These kinds of things just serve to clutter up the resume and will most likely just have to be removed by the recruiter anyway. Mistake number 4 is poor grammar. Unfortunately, I see this all the time. This is also a pretty easy fix if you're someone who actually has attention to detail. It just portrays that you have a good handle of communication and it's professional when you have periods at the end of your points and you're using proper sentences. Just because something is put in bulletin form doesn't mean that it's not proper English. It still has to be professional communication that shows proper grammar and punctuation as an example of your own professionalism. So remember that, keep that in mind. You want to have proper, grammatically correct sentences with proper punctuation, including periods for each bulletin point as well. Lastly, this brings me to point number 5, which is having little to no actual description within the job history experience. Having 1, 2, or 3 bulletin points is not really enough to tell me the full scope of the detail of everything that you did and how you did it. A handy formula that you can use to see if you have enough information in your work history experience is to think of W5H, which just stands for who, what, where, why, and how. And in this case, to know who you are, we want to know where you've worked, what tools you used and what you were responsible for, how you did it and completed it, and why you did it, what results were achieved. All of that will spell out into who you are as a candidate and give us enough information to make a decision about your application. By putting this all together, you know that simplicity is king and that substance over style prevails. We don't really want to see a bunch of cluttered up fluff in the resume. We want it to be simple in an editable format, and we want to have enough detailed, relevant information that will ultimately just tell us straight to the point that you are a professional who is good for this position. I hope you found this information useful. If so, please consider giving me a like and subscribing for more content, and leaving a comment to let me know what you thought of the video or what you'd like to see in the future. Also, if you want to know what the secret sauce is to getting the interview and having a great resume, then please consider watching my previous video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.